Okay, so I first just want to review safe landing mechanics. A couple things that we're looking at is knee position, hip position, and then your trunk position, right? So when we go to take off and land, we always want to make sure that our knees are not caving inwards, cross our big toes, okay? So on the way down, right knee should kind of track over like second and third toe. I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna land. Same thing, my knees stay tracking over second and third toe. What I don't want to happen, right, is that, right? So we don't want that instability of those knees caving inwards. The other thing is we want to make sure that we're landing into our hip joint versus landing into our knee joint, right? So think of vertical shin, think loading into your hip on that landing kind of soft into your hip, right? So if I'm here, I'm gonna land into my hip. If I do it stiff-legged, right, I'm still gonna land into my hip versus landing into my knees, right? And again, for that jump squat, okay, that would be here, right? We don't want our knees on a jump landing to go over the front of the toe. We want our hips, our powerhouse, to absorb that impact. But again, with a straight-legged, it's still gonna be more hip dominant than it is knee dominant, okay? One way to kind of help with that is making sure that our weight is more from the midfoot to the heel versus midfoot to the toe, okay? The other thing we're looking at is our trunk. So we want our trunk to lean forward a little bit, again, so we can load that hip versus that knee, and we want it to stay neutral, okay? We don't want it to lean to one side or the other. So again, if I'm here, right, nice and neutral trunk. Same thing from the side, here, nice and neutral trunk. So again, we're looking at knee position, not caving inwards. We're looking to load the hip. And in order to load the hip, we have to hinge that trunk forward, but we want that trunk to stay neutral. We don't want it to laterally side bend. Cool?